coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Richardson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive, and also give him a first down.
Giants, first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, New York.
Hawk 70, go!
They'll go again with Tracy. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They go play action with Dart. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have struck first in this NFC title game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the... ...20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
3rd and 9 here.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and
Richardson looking to throw. To the right side and intercepted. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll hand it to Tracy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this Nfc Championship game. And he stopped immediately there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
At the 27-yard line.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Ready up. Cup 19. Cup 19. Get up. 60 by.
Now Richardson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Abdul Carter in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Buffalo 18.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's taken on the 25. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that third consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running left is Tracy. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Dart. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing his Dart. He'll try to pick it up himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
1st down. 1st and goal, Giants.
They get this out left. Touchdown! Malik Neighbors taking it in. And the Giants continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
21. Buccaneers, nothing.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action. Now Dart. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. To the air, Dart. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Third down, here's Tracy. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of the special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready, break.
At the 29-yard line.
60 Maverick. 60. Cut. Cougar 9. Warriors 70. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now Richardson back to throw it. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Gain of 14 yards.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First down.
Trap 60. Trap
First
60.
and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Richardson.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Here's Smith now to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Right back to Tracy. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 9. Here's Dart. That is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 19 Lions. Cougar 19.
Richardson looking to throw this. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Again, it's Richardson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll try and do this himself. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 19 yards away. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
He finds his man complete. It's Sanchez. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Right back to him on 1st down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll just get rid of it. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw is Dart. He'll try and do this himself. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Giants are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Richardson throwing to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Cowboy 80.
Richardson shotgun on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Richardson working from the gun. That's laid out deep for Rice. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Looking to throw, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. With it is Jackson. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. On the ground, here comes Tracy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Able to pick up a dozen yards on the keeper, but now it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Hawk 70, Hawk
70. Here's Tracy. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Dart going to look to throw here.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man.
And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
And what a ride it has been. Nfc Champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.